Hector Lombard has won the majority of his fights by stoppage.
Hector's a former world champion, and he's got a very impressive win streak going, and I'm very much looking forward to ending that win streak for him.
Hector Lombard is a ferocious competitor, an incredibly aggressive guy with real dynamite in his fist.
8, 9.
There's a lot of guys out there that are really strong and they can KO anyone. It's all about accuracy, hitting in the right place, and the guy will go down.
9.
Bosch is a real gorilla at 205, and at 185, I think it's really the perfect weight class for his frame.
I feel a lot better at middleweight. My conditioning is far superior to what it was. I was able to maintain my strength and do it at a lower weight class.
Tim Bosch and Yushin Okami. And here we go.
Tim Bosch knew there was one way to win that fight, and that was to throw it all on the line, throw himself into the fire, and attack Yushin Okami.
I knew that I could finish Yushin Okami. That was my goal for that fight, was to finish him. Hit him with some big shots. I put him against the cage.
Big uppercuts by Bosch. Again he connects.
Hit him with those uppercuts, and he went down. I can't even describe to you that feeling, and I was certainly excited. It was an intense moment, and a moment I'm never going to forget for the rest of my life. It's going to be interesting to see who can establish dominance early and really set the pace for the fight. Whoever does that is going to have the upper hand.
With his style and with Hector Lombard's style, I can't see this as being anything other than an unbelievable fight.
Whoever stands in front of me, I just have to beat it. The title will come. Beat the guys, the rest is easy.
Victory over Hector Lombard streamlines my path to the title. When I knock Hector out, I am next in line for the title.
Shaun Jordan is an incredible athlete.
Big uppercut.
These athletes that are coming into MMA are the best of the best.
Shaun Jordan won 2 national collegiate football titles and quickly turned to a career in mixed martial arts.
If you get those guys and you give them some tools to work with, you're going to see some spectacular fights.
Huge uppercut from Shaun Jordan. He follows with a knee, and that's going to do it. Jordan! For the UFC debut.
I'm working my way up, trying to build my skill level to where I can be considered contender.
He's one of the most athletic heavyweights I've ever seen in my life, and that's a huge, huge asset.
This is awesome. This is what we all train for. Just Chicago's fought everyone. He's one of the best fighters in the UFC.
Cheick Kongo certainly represents the first huge test of Shaun Jordan's career.
Cheick Kongo is a gigantic, athletic, ripped striker. Kongo is one of the most devastating ground and pound fighters in the game. He's got great stand-up. He's a very tall fighter, uses great knees, especially in the clinch, and his ground and pound is nasty.
And it is all over! Cheick Kongo is the winner!
I have more strength on him, and I can push him around a little bit and make him fight my game a little more than his.
Big knee!
Kongo is a very strong and explosive man, and he's also very difficult to take down.
So he's younger than me, but I'm a better technical fighter than him.
Oh man, hammer fist! Excellent defense.
Kongo and I are going to come out, and we're going to put on a good show. We're going to come out, we're going to throw some bombs on each other, see who can withstand the punishment.
Big uppercut!
I'll do whatever it takes to win.
And there's a flying Superman!
I've knocked a lot of people out, but I'm just as happy winning a 3-round decision. As long as my hand's held up, I'm happy.
Shaun Jordan! Kongo pushing forward! Oh!
I have to win this fight. They're gonna knock him out.
Domination by one of the scariest dudes in mixed martial arts. That kid is dangerous.
Unbeaten now in 29 fights.
A brilliant performance by Barao. Barao is a monster.
He's out! Trying to finish the fight! He's dead! It's all over! One of the most impressive unbeaten streaks in mixed martial arts.
Got a lot of respect for him, but I'm going to be trying to take his head off.
We're going to see Uriah Faber at the top of his game. We're going to see the best Uriah Faber we've ever seen before.
I'm going to do everything in my power to get that belt.
That's it! He's down! Uriah Faber! Headed Barao! The interim bantamweight championship is on the line. UFC fans, it's great to be here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, as we welcome you to the official weigh-ins for UFC 149, Faber versus Barao. Tomorrow night, only on pay-per-view, the longest reigning champion in WEC history, the California Kid, Uriah Faber, fights for the UFC interim bantamweight title against Renan Barao. The owner of an 18-fight winning streak, the Brazilian is unbeaten in his last 31 fights. Also on the card, it's a middleweight showdown as Hector Lombard makes his long-awaited UFC debut against Tim the Barbarian Boach, who is unbeaten at 185. We'd like to send out a special welcome to our UFC Fight Club members and thank our UFC sponsors. Bud Light, here we go. Edge Shave Gel, get your edge. The all-new Dodge Dart. The only motorcycles worthy of being in the octagon. Harley Davidson. And Tap Out, official lifestyle apparel of the UFC. Available at tapout.com. And now, to get the official weigh-ins for UFC 149 underway, here is Joe Rogan. What's up, Calgary? Give it up for Logan Stanton back in the house, Michelle Leah. Dana White, without him, none of this would be possible. Joe Silva, best matchmaker on the planet Earth. Burt Watson, babysitter to the stars. We got a hell of a card for you folks. Let's get it started in the lightweight division. Mitch Clark versus Anton Kuivanen. First up on the scale, Anton Kuivanen. $156. And his opponent, Mitch Clark. Powerful Ghostbusters underwear. $155. First fight of the night, ladies and gentlemen, Mitch Clark and Anton Kuivanen. Next up in the featherweight division, Antonio Carvalho versus Daniel Pineda. First up on the scale, Daniel Pineda. $145. And his opponent, Antonio
Carvalho. Carvalho and Daniel Pineda, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, live on FX in the bantamweight division, Bryan Caraway versus Mitch Gagnon. From Mr. Gagnon. And his opponent, Bryan Caraway. From Mr. Caraway. First fight on FX, ladies and gentlemen, Bryan Caraway and Mitch Gagnon. Next up in the light heavyweight division, Anthony Burrows versus Ryan Jamu. From Mr. Jamu. And his opponent, Anthony Burrows. $205.5 for the Hippo. Ryan Jamu and Anthony Burrows, ladies and gentlemen, give it up. Next fight will take place in the bantamweight division. Roland-Lord versus Francisco Rivera. First up on the scale, Francisco Rivera, 136. And his opponent, Roland-Lord. Rivera and Roland-Lord, ladies and gentlemen. Next up in the middleweight division, Court McGee versus Nick Ring. For Mr. Ring. Don't forget, this fight will be live on Sportsnet here in Canada. And his opponent, the winner of the Ultimate Fighter, Court the Crusher McGee. Mr. McGee. Nick Ring and Court McGee, ladies and gentlemen, let them know. Next up, the main card, live on pay-per-view. We kick things off in the welterweight division. Chris Clements versus Matthew Riddle. For Mr. Riddle. And his opponent, Chris Clements. That might be the coolest stare down ever, ladies and gentlemen. Matthew Riddle and Chris Clements. Next up in the welterweight division, Bryan Caraway versus James Head. For Mr. Head. And his opponent, Bryan Caraway. fight will take place in the heavyweight division. Jack Congo versus Shaun Jordan. First up on the scale, Shaun the Savage Jordan. 250. And his opponent, Jack Congo. From Mr. Congo. Shaun Jordan and Jack Congo, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, the co-main event of the evening in the middleweight division. Hector Lombard versus Tim the Barbarian Burrows. For the Barbarian. And his opponent, please welcome to the UFC, Hector Lombard. For Mr. Lombard. Hector Lombard and Tim Bosch, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's take a closer look at the two men involved in the main event of the evening.
It's going to be a war of tenacity.
Every single time. And Barao is a monster.
This is a spectacular matchup for the world title. It has been years since Uriah Faber has heard his name and connected to champion of the world.
This is a huge fight for me. It's the most important fight of my life.
Oh, here comes the California Kid.
Renan Barao may very well be the best fighter in the world that doesn't have a world title.
Mas vai ser uma felicidade grande, enorme na minha vida. Eu acho que é um sonho
de muitos anos que vai ser realizada.
Barao gets the submission.
Barao has nasty kicks, knees, punches, elbows, and a ridiculously high-level Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu ground game to go along with it.
Barao, and look at this reversal, that's it. You got trouble, Joe. Look at how he took that back. That was outstanding.
But Uriah Faber has no weaknesses in his game, and at 135 pounds is one of the biggest, strongest guys in the division, and he is hungry.
Oh, big knee. That one hurt him, Mike. Huge knee. That kid is dangerous. Faber's going to take the back. That's it. Wow. The kid is back.
Eu vou vencer o Uriah Faber.
This young man is for real.
I'm so ready to have that belt around my waist.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go, the main event of the evening. Give it up for Hector Barao. From Mr. Burrows. And his opponent, the former UFC featherweight champion, Uriah Faber. For the California Kid! Here first with Hector Barao. Hannon, obviously, this is the biggest fight of your career, a huge opportunity for you, a main event, 5-round fight against a former world champion. Give us your thoughts on this matchup.
Oi, Renan. Obviamente, essa é a luta mais importante da sua vida. 5 rounds contra uma pessoa que já foi campeã. O que você acha disso?
Muito feliz, felicidade total, né? Tô bem treinado, graças a Deus, e vim para dar o meu melhor.
I'm very happy to be here. I'm well trained, well prepared. You're going to see a good show on Saturday.
Can't wait to see it. Good luck to you, sir. All right, I'm here with the former champ, the California Kid. Uriah, I know you are very, very fired up about this fight. It is a huge opportunity for you to try to capture the interim title. Give us your thoughts on it and your thoughts on Hector Barao as an opponent.
I'm just super excited, guys. I'm ready to put on a show in Canada. Happy to be here. Thanks for coming. It's going to be an awesome fight. Barao's tough, but he's not tougher than I am, so it's going to be a great fight.
Can't wait to see it. Uriah Faber, ladies and gentlemen, and Hector Barao tomorrow night. An outstanding card. And if you're watching on Fuel TV, let's go to John Anik and the guys in Los Angeles.